Wizard.
What's I
Wow.
doing?
Fox News presents the Saren Dollaz debate. I am Worm Wizard, and I will be tonight's moderator. Tonight, two giants in the world of devoted are on one stage, ready to present ideals and wit against their opponent. We will be discussing the following topics tonight: the world police, then and now, sovereignty, and war. The questions were handed to both parties ahead of time so that they can both equally prepare for tonight. But that does not mean all of the questions will be used. Here are how the rules will be tonight. Each topic will last around 15 to 20 minutes. I will ask a question, and each party will have 2 minutes to discuss it. After each party has a 2-minute introduction on the question, they will take turns in vocal PvP, with 1 minute each. Since there will be 3 topics, tonight's event will be about 1 hour. The audience will be muted throughout the debate, but the 2 opponents will have open mics. Both parties were briefed and agreed to the rules before this event. At the end of the debate, it will be you, the viewer, that will decide who wins and where Devoted's direction should turn. Now, please jump up and down to give a warm welcome to our guests tonight, Saren, Solaris, and Dollaz.
Hello.
Hi. This is so autistic.
Thank you, all of you, for coming, and thank you, Saren and Dollaz, also. So, in case if you are not aware, Dollaz was the former leader of the World Police, which has recently been disbanded. Saren was many things. I don't know where to begin, but he was a main opponent against World Police, and that is why we are having this discussion today. So,
Yes.
without further ado, let us go ahead and begin. So our first topic, as we said, is World Police. So we are going to have Dollaz begin this question. He'll be the first one to go. What was your opinion on World Police? What did it do during its latest iteration? Dollaz, you may begin.
Okay, so I'd say first of all that WeP was a pretty good group. In my opinion, I think it was the best WeP iteration in Civ genre server history. In terms of not only serving its purpose, but not straying from that purpose with personal interests and abuses of power. I mean, there might have been some, but I definitely don't think it was as bad as the other iterations. If you've been around on other Civ servers, you'll know that. And we had a few shitters, but while the group was active, they were kept in line, and you can see that right after the group disbanded, those shitters were let on the loose. People like Parker. Anyway, in its latest iteration, it formed after the Raider threat became something that threatened the security of all nations on the server. And the group managed to poll those Raiders, and it slowly began to disband with everyone returning to their own nations and, not being weepy. But the problem with that was that the entirety of the weepy became revived after we saw Saren as a threat. And that was a threat to the security of the Raiders' polls. And now that that threat we consider is eliminated, I've had to officially disband the group, realizing now that there's no need for the weepy. So that's what I think that the weepy did in this iteration.
All right, Saren, Solaris.
All right.
Your time begins now.
Okay, so Dollaz, the VP started as the Resistance, right? So basically, it all started with a bunch of raider crews going off trying to kill the place. To fight the baddies was trying to take over the server, and I think in many aspects it succeeded in doing it perfectly. Because back then the war was fought with so many people involved, pretty much like a lot of people in this room right now, that wasn't even VP. I mean, even I was helping, and that's what I was doing while banned. This was the people of Devoted fighting for freedom against the raider crew that griefed and ruined many good-looking cities. And I think the resistance, it served its purpose, but it should have never transformed into the world police that we know now. The organization shouldn't even have started at all, in my opinion. I mean, Dollaz argues that there were, still present danger, like, and that he only wanted to finish, building the vault and to make sure everyone was safe and secure, but couldn't they have just rebranded from the Resistance into what is now known as the Chimera Alliance? Thank you.
Alright, Dollaz, you may begin.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think we could have rebranded a lot sooner, and I wish we had, because having gone through all of the effort of having like one big group, having this one label as World Police, you just come under fire the entire time for what you're trying to do for the greater good. Like if you're trying to make sure that the server stays safe from these raiders, and you're trying to thwart Saren's plans, you just look like you're some kind of massive dick because you're going around with this World Police label, infringing on other people's sovereignty and all that. And I really do wish we'd rebranded earlier. It would have been the best thing to do, instead of going around as this big scary group that everyone can associate with anger towards them. Because people on the server, they always want a villain. They always want someone to be against. When the Raiders were around, everyone banded against them. When WeP was around, everyone banded against them. When Saren was seen as a threat, everyone banded against him. Everyone's always trying to pin a villain on the server. You always have to have someone that you're against.
Alright, Dollaz, your time is up. Alright. Saren, go ahead.
Well, I think the problem is, though, I mean, that would be kind of wrong just labeling, by having everyone against me. I mean, I think VP had a fair share of its opponent as well, in this case. And wait, what was the question again?
The question was, give me a sec here. What was your opinion on World Police? What did it do during its latest iteration?
It did a lot of good things. I mean, it certainly didn't do a lot of bad things, and the only bad things that they did was, to a very isolated group of people that frankly, in many people's opinion, didn't really deserve to be treated, right at all, because most of those people attempted to do some bad things before, so not a lot of people actually cared about them. I mean, look at Cantina, for example. I think that was a pretty douche move, to be honest, from my point of view. And,
Can I ask a question?
Yeah?
Why do you think it was a douche move?
I mean, come on, man, you allowed them to build the vault in the first place.
I didn't.
You didn't. There's a lot of evidence that indicated towards, that you hinting
No,
that...
no, Z-Rain's in this channel right now. You can ask him if I told him it was okay to build it.
Oh, she can...
Alright, okay. Let's get back on topic here. Alright, Dollaz, you can go ahead and speak.
Okay, well, the one time I interacted with Z-Rain about the vault before we went to the griefing, he asked me, Dollaz, would you find it malicious if I dug a vault hole? And I said, like sarcastically, I would be furious. But, I was trying to discourage him from doing it because I didn't think it was a good idea. But that didn't come across, and I don't think I gave a serious enough response, and maybe that's my fault, and I feel like it's partly his fault for taking that response as saying it's okay to build a vault, but like Saren says that I gave him the okay to build the vault, I never did that. I never said it was okay.
Wouldn't that be the biggest bait, though?
No, it wasn't meant to be a bait. I just said, I would be furious if you built a vault. If it was me in Zerain's situation, I wouldn't have taken that as an okay to put hundreds, or maybe not hundreds of hours, but hours of effort into digging this vault hole, and putting all this effort on that thin foundation. You shouldn't consider that enough reason to build a vault.
Alright, Saren, your turn to respond.
Will, but I mean, you guys could have done so many things instead of just walked in there and dismantle it on your own. I mean, you could have just asked the guy that built it to actually take it down by himself with his friends and actually get the resource back and not get completely dismantled, because you guys not only took down the vault, you guys raided the vault. I don't know, Saren, you've gotten all of your items back, or whatever that you are owned, but those items could have been easily, and the bunker itself and the vault itself could have easily been dismantled, like by them and not you guys. I mean, you guys even went there and griefed the hole. Yeah, that's it.
All right, Dollaz, you can respond, and then we'll move on to the next question.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. It could have been handled better. I think we could have spoken to Zerain before, but we don't know. We don't have full control over that situation. If we tell Zerain to dismantle it, he knows. When we griefed that vault, it became completely unusable, and that's what we wanted. We wanted it to be completely unusable. But if we let Zerain control it however he wanted and move everything out, then we had no control over that situation.
No, no,
So it was about.
you guys had
Go ahead.
their
Oh,
pearls.
Saren, Dollaz.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we had them polled, but there was still a threat evident because Zerain was going to get freed, like he already is free. A bunch of other people that were associated with the Raiders, they have sentences that are going to end, and they're eventually going to be free. And, you know, you yourself were planning all this stuff, and that made it a threat. You weren't related to that threat, but Zerain and all the past Raiders, we didn't think they should have a vault. And that's why we did what we did.
All right.
All right, let's move on to the next question that I have here. Should World Police have had the power that it did obtain? Saren, you will begin this response.
All right. I had absolutely no problem with, you know, them holding on to power, you know, for that short of time, frankly. But it's the way that they like abused it, like kind of like the last VP did. Like they took preemptive measures that went frankly too far, and not only affected the lives of those they had committed the crime against, but their friends. They became the only power group on the server after the war, and anyone lesser than the leader roles were left out with no say in the matters. Even though VP existed solely because of those people that helped them out. And I think it was kind of unfair how power was distributed among the group. So when when someone becomes that powerful, it's like it's hard to hold them accountable for anything or if anything at all, even if they did do something wrong, just plain wrong. For example, in Crafty Empire, just a week ago or something, like they came and raided my sister, for example. And that would just, I mean, and they would just find a justification for it, even if it's, super far-stretched, even if the idea is crazy. I mean, power group tends to go very far when it comes to these things. And they can completely silence one man speaking out against them with overwhelming numbers. I mean, brigade their post, their opinion doesn't actually reach many people, and it's frankly not fair. And what still sucks is that after the raid on my sister's apartment I shared with her, they still haven't given her a cent or any reparations at all. She lost 2 weeks of her life on that. And she
All right, Saren.
All right.
Now, Dollaz, you will have your 2 minutes to respond.
Okay, so the question was, should the WP have gotten the power that it got? And I'd say yes, it needed that power to defeat the Raiders and to maintain the defense of the vault. And if it had been weaker, then someone like Saren would have taken advantage of that situation and advantage of the security of the vault for his own advances, like we saw with his plans to free the Raiders and make himself really powerful. Now, to answer what Saren said, us taking preemptive measures, that's all about eliminating a threat before it becomes a threat. Just like if we see a conspiracy, we eliminate it in real life. Like if you hear about someone planning to kill someone else, you arrest them because you don't want them to do that. And so naturally, we took preemptive measures against threats that we saw because that's natural. When you see a threat, you preemptively act on it to make sure that it doesn't actually affect someone. You want to stop someone from killing someone. You don't want someone to kill someone and then stop them, because then you've already got a dead body. Now, what Saren said that the WP was the only power group, that's actually something I agree with. I don't like having one power group on the server. I didn't like it when Veritas was the only power group on the server, and I didn't like it when WP was the only power group on the server. I agree with him on that point. There shouldn't be one power group.
No, they shouldn't.
And saying that there was no say in the matters, I disagree with that. We listened to people in the WP Discord, we listened to people from the server, we had like all over the Reddit, we spoke with people, and all over our group and within our power structure, we spoke to people and we took their opinions and we took their ideas, and that's how we made decisions. So I think there definitely was a distribution of power, and holding us accountable, I mean, that's what the subreddit was for, that's what all the PR was for. If we didn't care about PR, then we wouldn't be accountable for any of our actions. if we did just whatever we wanted without any interest in seeing what the rest of the server cared about, then we wouldn't be accountable. But we are accountable because we consider what other people tell us. We
All
had
right.
to. Oh, go ahead.
All right, Saren, go ahead, and your response begins now.
Well, that was a mouthful. Shit. I mean, yeah, you guys did care about, PR and whatnot on the Reddit. But disbanding your group, I mean, wouldn't that just be, you guys just trying to get away from the issues by just disbanding at all?
Didn't you want us to disband?
I wanted you guys to disband, but, from my point of view, it looked like for some people, it looked like a desperate move to just get out of the issues that might arise in the future. But for some, it looked like, a very good move that could, benefit the server in its entirety by giving people and moving people back into, a position where they can actually affect things. But to be honest, I don't think I have anything against that. I don't think I should be actually, be speaking against this because I do support that decision
All
personally.
right, Dollaz, we'll give you a response here.
Okay. I thank Saren for his response. Yeah, I'm glad that he appreciates what we tried to do by making the Chimera Alliance and disbanding the WP, because I think that's what was best for the server, to get rid of that one power structure and to not interfere with other people's stuff by being a WP. Can I go back to my other response and continue that?
I don't see why not. It's your time.
Okay, so about the Craftier Empire, the example that Saren gave, he says the justification is far stretched, and he says that he wants his sister's stuff back, right? How do we know what is his sister's and what is his? We went in there knowing that Saren had access to all that stuff, so Saren could use all of this stuff for his plans. Basically, it's his. It's effectively all his stuff. He has access to it all. We don't know how much Mew mined herself. We know Saren mined a lot of it himself. He claims he didn't mine any of it all. Do you, Saren?
I spent all of my time in Craftia editing memes and literally, just full-time subreddit PvP. So no,
So you
I
didn't
couldn't.
mine?
I did not mine at
Okay.
all, pretty much.
Alright, well, I have evidence that says otherwise, so
All right.
here is a screenshot of Saren saying that he didn't mine at all. He's too lazy to mine, and here is a screenshot of him speaking with Ink Solaris saying that he did in fact mine at all.
All right. Oh shit.
Can you PM me a copy of that after the debate,
I just
please?
posted it in the guest channel.
All right, perfect. Thank
So
you.
how do you respond to the fact that you've been called in a lie, Saren?
Yep, go ahead, Saren.
Oh man, I did not expect this, but all right, fine, you got me, dude.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
pretty much
let's
it.
go ahead and move on to the next question then. So, even though World Police has been disbanded, it did set a precedent. should there be a World Police again?
Wait, I think you missed a question.
Wait, what? What did I miss?
I'm doing it for time constraints.
Oh, okay. Oh, I had a big piece on that question before. I mean, can we just answer all the questions since...
No, hey, I even told you ahead of time that I might not go through all the questions, so...
Alright, fair enough.
Even though World Police has been disbanded, it did set a precedent. Should there be a World Police again? Dollaz, you can begin.
Yeah, there definitely should be a world police again. If there's a threat that threatens the entirety of the server, all those nations, and that requires a coalition of players to stop it, then I'd support that. I'd rather nations defend themselves, but if there's something that requires all of the nations to work together to stop it, then I'd expect the precedent that we've set up to hold up, and for people to work together to stop it. That's always been the precedent for every single server, from Civcraft 1.0 to Devoted 3.0. You see that WeP will always come about to fight against a threat that threatens the entirety of the server.
Alright, Saren, you can go ahead and begin your response.
From my point of view, I don't think it should ever return. I mean, if it's gonna return to combat a massive threat that might show up later in the future, I don't think it should carry the VP label. I think the resistance, like that label gave people hope and, actually made people join because it wasn't a policing organization. It was a group of people that fought back. And that's why the name had so much value, you know, like that's why when you guys officially labeled to VP, like, you know, that kind of soured things for me. And and the thing is, yeah, I don't think VP should ever return as a group, and I think nation needs to take up arms, become their own police, to never rely on one single group again. And you know, to do so, you must be able to fight. And I very much encourage anyone who is interested in learning how to PvP and to join the official Discord of that PvP. We will be providing training to those who wants to learn. Independence is earned, not granted.
Did you just turn into an advertisement?
Oh yes.
All
Okay.
right. Yep. Dollaz, your response.
Okay.
Oh shit, oops.
Same group. It's a group of people coming together to fight against a threat. And if you have you say that nations should be able to defend themselves, and I agree. I said that as well. Nations should just be able to defend themselves. But sometimes there's stuff that nations can't defend themselves against, like MTA, for example. When they were getting raided by the raiders, it doesn't matter how well trained they were. They got fucked up, dude. They got fucked up by the raiders, and we needed that group of people to come together to fight against them. So as much as I'd like for the fact that these people would come to these nations would be able to defend themselves, it's not realistic sometimes, depending on how grand the threat is. And I mean, Persia got raided all the time. Wouldn't you love it for like that nation to be able to defend itself?
All
I mean,
right.
that was a nation
Saren,
we were ahead of.
Saren, your response.
I mean, these nations should. I mean, the thing is, if they want sovereignty, they want proper protection. I think nations needs to actually own up to it and actually work for it. I mean, building a building and being able to defend it is just as tough job as building the building itself. Because if you want something to last, you need to be able to fight for it. I think as I said before, like independence is earned and not granted. I think that is very much true. I mean, if you're just gonna if someone raids your place or like starts a war against you with actually justifiable reasons and you can't defend it, I don't think you have the rights to just cry out to some power group and then get. I mean, of course, unless you have an alliance with them, you're friends with them, then fine. Then this is where politics comes in. This is where alliances and treaties comes in. And I think being able to fight, or if even if you can't fight as a nation, but if you're like economic and have a lot of resources, then you could probably just make a treaty with some group that can actually fight for you and actually encourage these kind of movements to start.
All right, Dollaz, you will have a response here, and then we will move on to the next topic.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Saren. Nations should be able to defend themselves. I think that's what I said. That nations should be able to defend themselves. They shouldn't have to rely on a power group. And that's what we're trying to move towards by making the Chimera Alliance, which is supposed to be like an isolationist alliance that doesn't interfere with other people's shit. Just if you mess with them, then they'll mess with you. And that's as simple as it is. And that's how all nations are, right? They don't go around interfering with other people's stuff unless they get interfered with. And is that what you agree with, Saren?
I do agree with that.
Yeah, and that's what we're moving towards. So I think we're in agreement on that point. That's how the server should be, and that's how we're all going towards.
Great points.
All right, Saren, do you want to respond to that?
No, actually, I don't.
All right.
Oh god, what is
Move
going on
to
here?
The next topic. The topic is sovereignty. What is sovereignty? What makes a nation sovereign? Saren, you can begin.
Okay, sovereignty is to me just basically understood as
Need some help?
as the full right and power of a governing body to govern itself without any interference from the outside sources or bodies. And to me, the only basic requirement for actual sovereignty is that a nation's land claim needs to be inhabited by living, breathing people. No offense to any undeads in here, but that's just my 2 cents.
Did you
Alright.
read that off Google?
No, It's fine, thank you.
All right, Dollaz, you can respond.
Okay. Okay, so I think that sovereignty is a nation's ability to defend itself, and if a nation is able to defend itself and hold up its laws, then it's sovereign, and if it can't, then it's not. That's as simple as it is, in my opinion.
All right, Saren, do you have a response to that?
Yes. I mean, I don't think a nation should be, needs to be able to defend itself to be sovereign. I mean, take for example MTA during the last war. I mean, they were already considered a sovereign nation, right? And they still got attacked, and they still couldn't do much about it. I think you just need people to live in the city to actually be sovereign. That's pretty much it. And if they want, if they have their own rules, they want, things to be run their way, I think everyone else should respect that. Unless, of course, there's a war going on, and you know what, kind of just screw sovereignty, right? I mean, those time periods of time where diplomacy, is out of option, it's not the, option anymore, then I think it's like an entire different story for that scenario.
May I respond?
Yeah.
Yep, Dollaz, go ahead.
Okay, that goes against what you said. You said that sovereignty is all about like being able to uphold your laws, and like your Google dictionary definition of it. That goes against what you said afterwards, where you were saying that it's about having people and having laws. That's not
Yeah.
what sovereignty is.
No, but the thing is, if you really think about it, some nations just exist because of other people willing to defend it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is that sovereignty is the ability to defend yourself. So if you have alliances that is defending yourself, but it's just saying you have people and you have laws, that doesn't make you sovereign. MTA isn't sovereign because it has people. It's sovereign because it's able to defend its laws. People respect MTA laws. That's why it's sovereign, not because it has people or because it claims it has laws. I can make a nation of dollars and I can make up all this fucking shit. Like, I am the nation of dollars and I am a sovereign nation. If you touch me, you are like infringing on my sovereignty. But that doesn't mean shit unless people respect that. That's what sovereignty is about.
All right, Saren, do you have a response?
Well, I mean, it doesn't really matter if people respect it or not, all right? I mean, if you can defend your own sovereignty, from with your own people or with your own group of, whoever it is, then yeah, you're sovereign. Or if you have support of any other nations, then you're also sovereign. That's pretty much it.
All right, Dollaz, if you wish.
Oh. Yeah, I agree. That's what I said. That if people are willing to defend you or respect your claims, your sovereignty, then that's having sovereignty. If people infringe upon it and they attack you, then that's you not having sovereignty. If you can't defend yourself, but if you can defend yourself, you got sovereignty, like that.
All right.
All right, let's move on to the next question. Is it ever acceptable to defy one nation's sovereignty? We've already kind of covered this, but let's focus on this. And Saren, you can begin.
I mean, it depends on entirely on the scenario. I mean, for example, when you look back to Craftia and when VP came in for me, for example, I mean, they definitely had their reasons, but what it should have done in that scenario was actually ask for the permissions of the inhabitants that currently rule that area, because I was not a citizen of that area, right? I just temporarily rented an apartment, and what they could have actually done or researched was actually ask the authority in the local area to come in and fucking arrest me or not, but they didn't. Instead, they broke into their bunkers, they broke into everything that they had just to get to me. And I think, then in that case, it's just kind of not fair, really.
All right, Dollaz, your response.
Okay. To answer the initial question, sorry. Of course it is. This wouldn't be a political server if we respected everyone's sovereignty. Defying sovereignty is what conflicts between nations are. It's what war is. And it's important to have conflict between nations in what is supposed to be a political server. And now to address what Saren said, I'm not a citizen. I'm renting a property.
Are you supporting conflict then and war? Is that what you're suggesting?
Yeah, definitely. This is a political server. This is supposed to, like, that's what this server lives off of, is conflicts and stuff like that. And all right, and to address your point of asking for permission, you mean giving them a warning and telling you, "Hey, Saren, we're gonna come and take your stuff. Have a grace period to move it all out, so we don't
So
get
you
anything that
as
would stop your
VP,
plans
you
at
as
all."
VP did this. You literally condone these actions based on the reasoning that you're giving me now.
Yes, we condone our actions based off the justification that we gave to them.
All right.
All right, Saren, you can respond.
I think in order to like move forward, as a Civ server, I think we need to start respecting each other more in general and actually like I mean even the simplest thing is asking permissions and whatnot. It's what makes it because when you just run over people like that lesser than you in power status, they're gonna start to resent you. And these kind of resentment builds over time, and it usually boils up like to a war later on. I think it's just a bad thing in general to have people actually just be general pissed at you just because you kept stepping on them. I mean,
All right,
these are like why the alliances that is built to fight VP is built on, because VP keeps fucking with people. That's it.
May I respond?
Yes.
There
Yep,
is no
go ahead.
VP.
Not
There is no
anymore.
VP,
I
Sarah.
know. All right.
There is
That's
no VP. So, like, it's like saying, like, why is VP gonna like infringe on all
and
our sovereignty? Like,
and
VP is gonna keep
and
infringing on
also
our
yeah,
sovereignty.
yeah,
We're
yeah.
gonna get. Wait, can I finish? Can I
Yes.
finish? This is why alliances pop up against VP, but there is no VP. We reformed as the Chimera Alliance, which will do as what you said, act diplomatically, before committing those actions, like speak to the parties involved, and that's what we're moving towards. There's no VP for you to complain about, for you to bring up that argument against. There's no VP, Saren.
There is no VP, and you are correct. But this is, you and me debates. So if VP that, you still had that label as the official title, then, it would be pretty
Are we
relevant.
debating over what was or what is?
What could have
That's up
been.
for you guys.
I think we're debating about what is currently happening. Like that's what's important. What we're doing right now, what's happening right now. You can't bring up what happened and say like, oh, but WeP was doing this,
All
so
right.
that's a problem when we've already moved towards fixing it.
All right, Saren, you can respond.
Yeah, we moved far past that now. I think you are correct. That's pretty much it. Like, to be honest, like, disbanding the VP and then coming into this debate, it just kind of.
All right. Let's move on to our next topic.
Next
then.
question, thank you.
War is our next topic. Is condoning the acts of raiders or griefers a justifiable cause for war? And I will have Dollaz, you can start.
Okay. Personally, I don't think just saying an act of griefing or raiding is okay is reason to declare war on someone. Like if MTA, let's say the head of MTA says, "Oh, those raiders that are raiding Persia, that's okay. We're condoning that. They can do that." That doesn't mean Persia's justified to declare war on MTA, because just saying something's okay doesn't mean you're supporting it. That's something that's very different. Condoning an act is very different to actually supporting it for information or materials. Like if you're giving snitch coordinates or you're providing them with materials to grief with, then that's very different. That's something that's actually justified to declare war on MTA. If MTA was giving them information or was supplying them. Also, I hear an echo. Can someone mute themselves, if whatever that is? Anyway, but in those instances where they're providing information or resources, then I'd consider that justifiable cause for war. But condoning, no.
I pretty much agree on all those points. That was actually what I was gonna say myself.
All right, let's make the question a bit more interesting then. What if one other nation was supporting a group of raiders that weren't a part of their nation? Would that be acceptable cause for war? And when I mean by support, I mean whether it's vocally or even helping to support them in other ways, like supply.
Can I take that first?
Yep, Saren, you can begin.
Well, the difference is between taking things vocally and, actually like physical action is vocally you're not really, affecting the outcome of the war, right? But if you take action yourself, you supply them directly, you send your own fighters to help the raider group or whatever, whoever's, trying to start a war or fight or currently fighting a war, then you're just as guilty as the group fighting the war. That's that, yeah, basically that.
All right, Dollaz, do you have a response?
Yeah, I agree. If you just say something, then that's not that big a deal. But if you're actually actively supplying them with information or materials, like I said in my previous response, then yeah, you're definitely held accountable for that. That's not okay. You can't just like in my example, if MTA was supplying information and materials to a bunch of raiders to do whatever they want, then they'd get fucked for them. They get fucked with for that. That's not okay. You don't get away with that. I think everyone on the server is in agreement with that. Definitely.
Well, I'm glad that both sides can agree on an issue then.
Mm-hmm.
What if a few citizens of one nation raided another? Is that nation responsible for their actions? Saren, you can begin.
Well, okay, well, that entirely depends on what type of group that we're talking about. I mean, if it's a Bilfag nation that has like one or two guys, that is like a tad tiny to like trigger happy. That I don't think you should actually, pearl anyone except those who actually committed the crimes. Like it's easy to tell the shitters from, the legit people, right? And then there's also nations which has, sometimes an unusual amount of shitters, which, tends to like to stir shit up and go around and fuck with people. And in the past, like, back in September, that was Polynesia. If anyone remembered, Kaizenreich and shit like that. You also had VP back then, Ugu. I mean, Porty gave himself into Veritas for, going around snitching their land back then. So then VP wasn't, held accountable for that before, but Porty was, and a few other, people that kind of like went rogue and blah blah blah. Anyway, I think every case, is unique, and I think it has to be treated as such.
All right, Dollaz, do you have a response?
Yep. Just to clarify for everyone here that might be new or wasn't around for this, the WP that Saren's talking about is a completely different group of people. That's Malin's WP, and that was a much worse group of WP, and his example there is Malin's WP. Nothing to do with the WP we're talking about here. And to answer the question, I don't think a nation can be considered responsible unless it was like an action that was ordered by the nation and the players weren't acting independently. If they're acting independently, then that nation should cast those citizens aside, right? For example, like MTA, if MTA has some citizens that go raider, you don't blame MTA for that, you blame the people that are doing it. But if the nation harbors those citizens, then that becomes more of an issue. That becomes an interesting situation where that group of people, they're not saying it's okay, but by harboring them, they're preventing justice from prevailing. So that becomes an argument about sovereignty and whether that nation can defend those people, and that's an interesting argument, and that's something, I don't know. I think that harboring criminals isn't okay, and if you harbor criminals, then
All right.
whatever happens happens.
All right, Saren, do you have any response to that or anything else?
Not at all, actually.
All right. Now then, let's get into the more juicy, dramatic questions here. Is the use of a meme, excuse me,
All
is
right.
the use of a meme an acceptable defense to one's actions?
Can I field this?
All right, you
Yes,
go,
you
man.
can, Dollaz, you can begin.
All right. I
Here we
really
go.
like this question. Okay. No, you can't say it's just a meme. This goes back to like the fucking YouTube videos of people stepping on your shoes and saying it's just a prank, bro. I think I can come up with a good fucking example of this. Let's say that I want to plan a bomb
Oh,
in
God.
my neighbor's mailbox, and I get all these plans ready, and I start telling people. I'm like, telling my friends, telling my mates, "Boy, I'm gonna fucking blow up this cunt's mailbox." and one of my friends reports me to the police, and the police arrest me, okay? And they have me on the fucking ground, with my hands behind my back, in a fucking pair of shackles, and they're telling me you're under arrest for conspiracy to commit a crime, and I'm like, what's conspiracy to commit a crime? I'm Saren
You're
Solaris.
under arrest, Chancellor.
Then you don't understand that that is still a crime. Like if you like fucking plan to put a bomb in someone's mailbox, but you don't do it, you don't do any action, then you can't just say it's a meme, because conspiracy to commit a crime is still a crime. You have to understand that, and that's what I
Alright.
think. Okay.
Alright, Saren, you can respond.
Alright, well, shit. I mean, okay, in your example, some people say, I mean, it's just a meme without actually meaning it, right? And then you have me, like who actually memes about it like no other. Like, to be honest, like, I actually post dedicated memes that describes my actions and parties involved with high level of accuracy, actually, to not portray any bias. And also what I'm doing is, I mean, I actually give people dank memes, like, that describe the actual event in high detail, and I would do that for my own entertainment and for the rest of the server that cares enough to be involved in the global, political stage of Devoted. Because, to be frank, this is a Civ server after all, and drama and politics is what keeps this place fun for me. And I came here to have fun in my own way, even if, in this kind of way. To write a story worth remembering for me and anyone involved. And we're all trying to create and shape the service history in our own ways, and this is the ways that I'm doing it, through memes and politics. Thank you.
Okay, Dollaz, response, go.
Saren, you didn't answer the question.
No, I just wanted to make my own statement. Alright, okay, so is it okay? No, it's not.
So you admit that it's not okay to use a meme as a defense, and that's what you've been doing all along.
Well, I mean, if you actually mean it, I think, yeah, you're allowed to.
What? What? It's okay, it's not okay, what?
It is okay if, like, your memes actually had a purpose, it filled a role in, like, in our story. If it's just to bomb
Okay,
someone's dudes.
Telling you was part of my meme, and that's my purpose, and that's
Pearling
okay, that's
who?
because it's a meme. Pearling you.
Pearling you, I think, I mean, pearling me was pretty good, actually. I think it led to some unexpected events, and I think
It's a good meme.
exactly. That's what a good meme is. Yes.
Alright, let me say something serious though. You can't just you before earlier you were attacking me saying, Dollaz, is this what you do, that you just want conflict? You're saying that WeP wants conflict, and here you are saying that you want conflict, and that's all you play the server for. You've said this before, that all you play the server for is creating chaos and making conflict. So how
Alright,
can you judge us when that's the same
Political
thing
conflicts.
Alright, Saren, you go.
I don't mean conflict as in global conflict or that way. Like, it's like more like political turmoil is what I'm kind of going for. All right. And also, what I attempted was not aimed at anyone outside the VP group itself, because what in my point of view, what I attempted to do was just to prevent Ugu from happening again. That's pretty much it. I don't know if everyone was here for that to remember it, but I was. Your turn,
Alright,
Dolls.
Go ahead, Dollaz.
Okay, so you're saying your type of conflict is different to my type of conflict, that yours is political and that mine's not political? I don't understand that. It's conflict nonetheless, and just saying yours is somehow okay but mine isn't okay, that doesn't make sense. You can't label one conflict as okay because it's your side and you're doing it only against the Weepy, when our conflict was only against the Raiders and our conflict was only against you and your conspirators.
No,
So
that's the thing.
Yeah.
You Cantina, for example, you started some shit with them.
that didn't have anything to do with you.
No, but that's what I mean. You guys are constantly looking for conflict and something to do, and even if it means just like trampling over other people, like that's what you guys
If we're
keep.
constantly looking for conflict, why did we disband the Weepy?
Well, you know what? That's a good point. But then the thing is, I mean, you guys could have just as well, just changed the label from VP to Chimera. I mean, who fucking knows? I mean, maybe you guys just want to get away from all the flack that you've been getting recently. And maybe that's why you guys, like, relabeled yourself to something else. To not get shit on.
No. That's not true because we made a complete fucking like list of laws that we have to abide by. WeP didn't have that. You might see it as a relabeling if you didn't look at any of the actual stuff we did. It's same group of people. Well, actually, not
But
this
how
is
can we be
the same
sure?
group.
And the only way we can be sure is by letting time tell. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
But prove me
Well,
wrong.
no one can predict anything, so that doesn't prove us wrong. That doesn't prove you right. That doesn't mean anything. We can just say time will tell, or whatever. But what I can say is that right now we have a code of law that we're actually abiding by in the Chimera Alliance, and you can look on the subreddit for Anon's post, and that's something that we'll abide by, and that's something that World Police didn't have.
All
So
right,
that
Saren.
is already different.
Saren, go ahead, respond.
Oh, I was just doing active like responding. No, I don't have anything else.
All right, Dollaz, you can continue if you wish.
Okay, let's see. You might saying it's a relabel. It's inaccurate
Mm-hmm.
because WeP, Chimera Alliance, two different groups, two different attitudes. WeP was all about seeing these threats and preemptively going after them and stopping them and making sure the server was safe. Chimera Alliance, we don't give a fuck as much. The only times we're gonna interfere is when people fuck with us, right?
Mm-hmm.
For example, Parker, BCJ, Sora, XPSO. We didn't care about them raiding, but once they came onto our land and Parker started threatening me and BCJ and Sora turned up, then we acted on that and we polled them.
Right.
But if they went around raiding other people, we wouldn't give a shit. We are not WeP anymore. We're not gonna help you out unless you're our allies.
Okay.
And
That's a
this is
good
what
point.
you wanted,
Yeah, this is what I
that's what
wanted.
you wanted.
Go ahead, Saren.
Okay, so before, right, you try to stop the threat, preemptively, right? That might be a threat to the server. Okay, I could definitely see why Saren's vault hole, Cantina, could be a threat. But did my sister's room look like a vault hole to you?
Saren, your sister's room had all these diamonds and all this stuff and all this
Uh-huh.
wealth that you had mined as well, and you were already caught in a lie saying that you didn't mine any of it,
Hey,
that it was all her stuff.
okay.
Also, can I ask you a question,
Mhm.
Saren? How
You're
old
right.
is your sister?
Actually, fuck. That's a good question.
What do you mean? How old is your
I,
sister,
I don't
Saren?
think I
'Cause
want.
you've said
I don't. I
before.
want to answer that, dude. I want to answer that. Just
Okay,
skip
you
that.
have answered it before. I'm gonna post the image.
All right, all
in
right, all right.
Discord.
Okay.
I don't want to
okay.
tell everyone here publicly. I mean, only a few people
You've
know.
already
So.
told
All
it
right.
publicly.
Ah.
Gentlemen. All right.
If you look in the screenshot, you can see in one message he's saying she's 12, and another message he's saying she's 16.
Let's move on to the next question now. And this is a question that a majority of the server has been waiting to hear. And this is truly right here going to be the battle of wit and PvP. Should Saren Solaris and his compatriots be pearled? Saren, do you wish to start?
I think I was. I mean, to be frank, I think I was justly pearled, and I accept that. I mean, it's not really a topic worth discussing, but my compatriots, I don't think so. I think this is just me, all right? Like, pearling my friends for even thinking, to participate is just kind of wrong. This is just me, all right? Just me.
So you're admitting to it was somewhat acceptable for you to be pearled. Correct?
Somewhat acceptable. I think it's completely acceptable.
All right. Dollaz, if you wish to respond, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree with Saren. He deserves to be pulled. Also, question: should Saren's compatriots, the people that worked with Saren, the people that planned to free the raiders and to build this vault and put the WeP in, should they be pulled? Yeah. Yeah, they should. They aided in his plans to overthrow WeP and free the raiders.
But there is
honestly,
no
am I gonna
VP
go
now,
after them?
alright?
No,
Here
I'm
we
not
go.
gonna go after them. I'm not gonna go after them. I don't see them as a. I don't see a threat anymore. I don't see Saren as a threat. He's been neutered like a fucking dog, dude. Unless he starts something up again and they support him, then it'll be different. Then we'll actually go after them. But right now, we don't give a shit. We're not gonna go after them. They can do whatever they fucking want. I don't care that you guys supported Saren. Those of you in the crowd that might be in on his plans, we don't give a shit. if you're planning to break my vault and free Saren, then yeah, I'm gonna give a shit. I'm gonna do something about it. But right now, all that stuff is behind me. You helping Saren with his plans. It doesn't really matter. It's over. He's pulled. His plan keep getting fucked up, and it's not that big of a threat.
Now, I actually have a question for Saren, because I remember hearing before you saying that you were pearled even though you were just unbanned. You were just unbanned from the server, and what could you have done? I remember seeing and hearing the leaked audio files saying something along those lines.
Wait, can you repeat? Wait, can you repeat the beginning of the question? I messed up.
All right, the beginning of the question was, I remember hearing you say, and I'm just, if anyone wants to fact check this, please do, for the meme. If you have said before, I remember hearing an audio file saying that you believed, since you were just unbanned, you couldn't have done anything. So you were asking, why were you pearled so fast? Because they were afraid you were going to do something.
I mean,
has your opinion on that changed?
I mean that they were afraid. Yeah, I mean it was pretty quite obvious because they prepared for war. Like they thought when I came back that something was gonna go down, and they really prepared for it. Like they were in their vault, everyone was logged in, just against one guy. Like because they had no idea what was supposed to happen. And I mean it's pretty fair because they had no idea what the fuck was gonna go down. But in the end, it was just one guy running around in Athos, not doing much. And they pearl me, and I had no idea that they had found out. So, when Santa started hitting me, I mean I didn't have my sound on. I didn't even know someone was actually attacking me, and I thought he was just joking with me. So when he was attacking me, I didn't actually run away. I just kind of like okay, okay, it's all fun and good. Can you stop now? But he didn't, and then I kind of realized when I finally died that okay, they found out, they got me, GG, well played, whatever.
All right, Dollaz, do you have a response to that?
Well, Saren says it's just what? What are you saying, Saren? That it's just fucking. I don't know. This is. What's the question? Sorry.
Has his opinion changed? Because originally I remember hearing in an audio file complaining about how he got pearled. He was pearled literally right after he got on.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I wasn't listening to Saren's response. Sometimes I like drawing his voice out. Anyway, Saren got pulled right away because we knew about his plans to do the fucking wedding. Like, you can see in his post that he was planning this shit. Like, I'm gonna post in the guest channel. You can see in his apology post that he was planning this stuff, and he says that we were really spooked because we were in our vault getting ready, and yeah, we were getting ready to pull him. And he says he's just one guy, but can one guy orchestrate a plan to kill a bunch of people at a wedding? Is he gonna take down all those people? How can it be just him? Can you answer that, Saren? How's it just you?
Hey, it was a Monday, all right. It wasn't a lot of people on. I mean, the wedding plan. You don't even know it was real. Like, what evidence do you have that it was?
It's a meme again.
No. But how do you know? Who do you know was supposed to participate? How many people? Like that's the thing. You don't know. You can't tell, and you're just assuming things. I mean, there could have been 7, 10, 11, 15 people, or there could have also just been 2, 3 guys. And I think you took this way too far. And at the moment, you're being pretty quite unserious with with your responses. I think you should pick up the slack, dude.
Okay, okie dokie. Saren, you say that it doesn't matter how many people it could have been. It could have been 2, 3, 10, 15. I agree with you. We don't know exactly how many people were involved in your plan. The fact that matters is isn't how many people were involved in your plans, is that there was people involved in your plans. And whether or not I'm taking it serious, it might be because.
And those people would have fought for the right cause, alright? They had
So you think freeing the raiders was the right cause? You think pulling all the weepy at some friendly wedding and tricking all of your friends that you
From my point of view,
was justified?
No, from my point of view, what I tried to do was just prevent VP from turning into VP, what it usually turns into again.
No, that's a lie.
That is not a lie, dude. Alright.
Nope, Saren gets to speak.
Like
Okay, go ahead.
that was my only justification for all of this. I wanted to stop VP from turning into what it usually does. Because let's face it, a power group will only just, be as good as, leader. And I think you taking on Cantina without, perms and actually trying to talk with them and you raiding my system, I think that was pretty shitty. And I think it kind of shows the pattern, for the last VP where they kind of did the same thing. They just went around fucked with people and they didn't really give a fuck. And they didn't care to pay reps. And people are gonna continue hating them. I mean, those affected and those that were friends of the affected people. I mean, these thoughts will still stay there, right? Like the ideas won't really die. Like justice for Mukia, justice for Miyu. Okay, your turn.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
Saren says that he wanted to stop the Weepy when he's already admitted to, like, he wanted to stop Weepy from turning into Ugu when he's already admitted before that he just wants to cause chaos, he just wants to cause conflict, he's just doing this for himself because he's like this power hungry guy. And look, we have evidence of this. We have evidence of him talking to Canada and saying, "Hey guys, I need you to build a vault for me. Picture this: Weepy pearls in your vault." Like, we have a 15-20 minute video of that, and then we have Ink Solaris admitting to you planning the wedding shit. You have you saying you have 7 insiders in the VP.
Why?
It's retarded
You already
to
brought
believe
these
that.
points up. Why the fuck do you sound so desperate, dude? Like, what the hell? You already said these things. Can we, like,
Because I'm
move on?
tired of saying things over and over again, and you bringing up the same points that you raided my sister. You raided. It's stupid, man. Like, bringing these things up as evidence to why you did the things you did doesn't make sense. Those things happened after you planned the wedding. You can't use those as justification for the wedding when they happened after.
I haven't used it as justification after
You
no,
just
this
said
was.
that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Saren, you can respond.
No, where can you find this? In which point did I say that this wasn't the justification for all of it? Is there a timestamp on that? Like, are you serious with me, dude?
If there's a recording, yeah, we can rewind a bit to when you were saying, "Oh, I wanted to take down the WP. The reason I did the wedding was because I wanted to take down the WP because I wanted to stop them from turning to Ugu." And then you cited those examples as evidence, even though those happened after the fact. So you had
After.
no knowledge that
Okay.
that was going to happen, and you just predicted that, and then you acted on it immediately.
Okay.
Isn't that the same thing you judge us for acting preemptively on a threat? Yeah, you do the exact
Whoa,
same
whoa,
thing
whoa.
to us. You're acting
Okay, let's
preemptively.
talk about the current date. You guys decided to disband. I think you
Yeah.
made me proud. Like, you actually did something different than the last people did. So, you know what? This time I was wrong. All right. You guys disbanded. It's all cool now. I think that's pretty much it. Like, I'm not gonna try to scheme or like try to like fight against you guys anymore because you already did it for me. So thank you for that.
Okay, but you ignored my point.
Mhm.
All right. Let's move on to our final question. The last one before we wrap things up. What is one thing everyone could do to make the devoted server better?
You take this,
Dollaz,
Dollaz,
I would
first.
like you to begin.
Okay, one thing we can do: stop being autistic. Look at this chat. Look at this fucking chat. You guys are a bunch of fucking autists. We're playing Minecraft.
Sell
Can you
out,
just stop
Bonko.
for a moment being autistic? This is some shit, dude. We're fucking autistic as fuck. I'm sitting here on my computer talking on a Minecraft fucking debate. I want to go to sleep. I'm sick, dude. Can you hear it in my voice? This is fucking retarded. What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, but seriously, I don't know. Just you can train PvP with Saren, and that might make nations more able to defend themselves. That's a good idea.
Yes.
Uh, uh, Advertise the server. And I know Bonkill would like that because he wants the server to get more popular. Spreading the server around, because if you have a bigger community, you stop these things from happening. Like having one big power group, that's only possible when you have this many players. It was a lot harder to have a WP in the early iterations, even though it happened. So I think definitely what you should do is advertise the server. I don't want to say train for PvP because that takes away time that people could be spending on the server building stuff, doing politics, all that shit instead of becoming PvP shitters. Because once you become a PvP shitter, you
There's
just
no going
lose your
back.
PvP. Yeah. So Primary thing though, I'd say is advertise the server. Make it a bigger population. Make it a better server.
All right, Saren, you can go ahead and answer that.
I'm just gonna continue on what he, continued. I think we should just, at the end of the day, it's just mind man, and we should just, appreciate each other more because after all, I mean, the only people that's gonna remember you and those are those sitting in this room, like right here. I mean, even if no one realizes that, I think we're like, we're actually one big autistic family, and so don't be so hard on your enemies and foes, because you'll actually miss them when they're gone. Like when the day devoted only hits 5 active players, so try to have as much fun as possible and to do what the fuck you want, and the most importantly, to at least attempt to treat everyone with respect, so that maybe one day this place can flourish once more. Because after all, it's just devoted, bro.
All right.
Done.
Alright.
And also
Well,
DJ Mephi, I'm just, shout out to DJ Mephi, Work Bank, best Work Bank.
All right, now this is addressed to all of you. Now that all of you have heard what these two have had to say, you will decide on who wins with
Wait,
your
can I
actions.
do my Pride Be Greed impression?
Alright, go for it.
Dollars. Why do you hate me? Dollars. Kill yourself. Dollars.
Oh shit, alright. Yeah,
Alright,
I think
back
we
to
should,
what I was saying,
uh-huh.
because this is literally part of the problem. Once Box News uploads tonight's debate to YouTube, I'm also going to create a straw poll, and it will be released onto the subreddit, so each of you can vote on who you believe is the winner of this debate. Thank you to Saren and Dollaz for agreeing to be here, and I am Worm Wizard from Box News. Thank you for watching.
Hey, now I'll mute everyone.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Thanks everybody. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We'd like it if you could not stick around and be stupid. So head to the rail station and thanks for coming.
Alright, I'm
Thank
gonna
you all,
stop moving
thank
everyone
you
back
all.
into the general chat. Everyone will be able to speak once they're in general chat. Prepare for cancer.
Perfect. Alright, let's go.
Woo!
Dollars. Kill yourself.
Guys, the clicks, race more.
This is autistic. Parker.
Help me kill
Parker
Willow.
Gran Autismo too.
Oh my god.
I'm glad I was the first person to meet in Pride. I love you. You're the best.
Alright,
Are there any
I
girls
just want to say, I want to thank Wormwood for organizing this.
I want to thank my mom, and also my Civ dad, Santa.
Whoa, did you guys hear you're welcome, son.
Also Bonkill. I think he just curled my sister.
I'm proud of you, Parker.
I'm glad he did that though.
Yeah,
He doesn't
thank you,
believe
Worm
it's
Wizard.
fun.
Thank you, Dolls, for showing everyone in this lobby. 10 out of 10.
Thank you, you two, for being here, and thank you to Mr. Llama and the people of Aquila for building this beautiful theater. It was an excellent place to host it in.
Thank you very much. Hope we can do some in the future as well.
Just
Now,
devoted, bro.
everyone, you can go anywhere else, but you can't stay here.
Fuck you, I'm staying here all day.
Yeah, same.
Just devoted.
Leave Aquila. Don't be little fuckers, or otherwise they won't want us back ever again.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't want
You
you
guys
back
need to
ever.
leave.
Hey, Worm Wizard, am I still an anchor?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, so
You're not. You're not.
He told me I am, so fuck him.
Man, this fucking sucks, Dollaz. I mean, not Dollaz. I mean, Bonkill. Can you make it so exiles can actually chat in local? Like, you know, what's the point of this?
So they can't hire people. So they can't meme around, you know.
They can PM people.
Yeah, but holy shit, it's like, can we make like chat?
Donation to talking local.
Hey, who was the person in like the red clothes that looked like a chick? They were really triggering me, I swear to God.
That was me.
Of course. That's the biggest waste of time in my entire life.
Biggest waste of time? You're playing Devoted.
That's yeah, but that was pretty fantastic. Good job. Oh Lord. Oh. Graggy in here.
Where's Greggy? I want Greggy. Not.
Is there ice on the road? Holy moly.
Why can't we have like Greggy debate Parker next time?
Who took the diamonds
I
from
think there's obvious reasons for that.
It's not hard. Exactly.
Hey, Santa, I finished the handjob memorial.
Oh, great! I didn't know you were doing that.
Oh Lord. Begins the journey forever back home.
Latina, oh wow.
Oh my God.
Who the fuck has the word bank for that? Holy moly.
I am funny apparently.
Like,
Hey,
Yo,
ooh,
Saren.
ew.
is Bonkill here?
Yes, mate.
Saren,
Who's
how
talking?
much would you pay for a ward bank of Solaris?
You have that?
We do. Volterra has it. GG.
Holy moly, how much will you take, dude?
Stack of diamond
it's up
blocks
to Howler,
minimum.
because that's what.
I mean, I'm not the one selling it, but
Yeah, you'd have to ask Howler, but he is seriously asking. You know,
How-
what would you pay for that?
Holy moly. I mean, if,
Howler 324.
Value it
like,
at
I would definitely want, like, you know, full exclusivity for that, so I'm gonna pay a lot for it.
we wouldn't give it to anyone else.
Yeah.
But we need diamonds.
I mean, he might make it and then like sell the actual.
Okay, Howler would use it himself. He'd be the only
Yeah.
other person.
Yeah, exactly.
It would basically be only he knows the word bank.
Solaris, man, that is interesting. Yeah, I need to get that. It's time to start mining
Why
then.
does it matter? Aren't you fucking pearled though?
Well, I mean, come on, man.
I mean,
if,
so-
if I can name a whole set of armor Solaris, that would be pretty fun. Like my golden armor. What color is it in?
I'm not sure, to be honest. Yeah, if anyone
Hello,
wants to
Michael.
see the handjob memorial, you can come to Volterra, and it is at the coordinates of 48 or 4680, or negative 4680, positive 1070.
Nobody cares. Fuck
I
your
know.
city. True. Fuck the city.
Pearl on site.
Right, Greggy, let's tear it all down. It was fun. The vault hole will
Don't
encompass
talk
all of
about
the
it.
diamonds.
Pearl him for thought crimes.
Fuck Volterra, dude.
That's a
Fuck you.
crime.
Fuck Volterra. How do I leave Aquila?
Fuck you, Z-Rain.
Fuck you, Z-Rain.
What the fuck? You know,
I
Z-Rain's
hate
good,
Z-Rain.
Fuck you, Z-Rain.
Alright,
Fuck Z-Rain.
I'm pearling people.
I wonder
Jesus
how much
Christ, I
You're the
hate
first
Z-Rain.
one.
Worst
I
HCF
hate
you've
right
ever
now.
seen.
Siren, pot up, let's go.
You fucking bitch.
I
Look,
wonder
it's-
I wonder how much more interesting everything would be if we had guns.
Hello.
Dude, I'm good at Call of Duty.
Z-Rain's a bitch.
Run around.
I'm gonna
Call of
do
Duty,
stupid
dude.
things.
The gun plug-in, boys.
As soon as you're free, I'm killing
Z-Rain's
you,
a bitch.
and no one's gonna
You're
break you
a
out.
bitch.
Does anyone want to help stop the wheel police? Anyone?
And this is a
Take me,
nice
take
looking
me.
city, holy shit.
How?
Z-Rain's building a
Thank
vault
you.
to be the next one.
I've
It's his
never
whole
been
plan.
here. This is the only place I haven't been in the whole server.
Where are you?
In,
Saren?
in Aquila right now. I'm just running around inside the city. I mean, no offense to MTA, but this is how you build a city.
Hey, suck it, MTA.
Shove it.
Like this is like proper city building. And then the oh my lord.
Oh
like-
my lord.
Looks
I
like
like the way
this is
the
the
place
first
looks.
place on my hit list once I get Raider again.
Whoa!
Not a shitty idea. No, but like, I think I'm actually wow.
What the hell?
DJ Murphy Pearl on site.
I want it.
You asked me to fuck off.
I did not. Proof?
I have.
Oh,
Yeah, I have proof.
Liar. Oh,
Let me just open up Photoshop. It's lagging in the minute.
Hello?
Hello.
I am Pokey fan.
Hello, it's Hokey fan.
Hello?
I run around, do stupid things.
I got
Big
Pearl.
stupid idiot.
How'd you guys like the debate?
I got
Thanks for
My
coming, by the way,
microphone
Saren.
is
The
sucking.
only
Yeah, you
part
too,
I
man.
actually enjoyed was the Pride impression.
Pretty much.
I contracted 2 times the autism I already had. Thanks. Hey,
Yo.
You're welcome.
Esnes, get away from my vault hole, you nigger.
Yeah, I got pearled, so then I naturally landed in Cantina.
Oh.
Classic.
Classic.
Experience still making a vault and you guys released them like
Lamau.
There's literally you're retarded, TB.
what?
Yeah, the
What?
vault hole is still
If
there.
we were still WeP, you know, we'd probably care.
Santa, you on your
Me
phone?
and
You
Hook-
sound like a
me and-
fucking
Me and
robot.
Hook here starting a
Yeah,
private
I'm on my
security
phone.
firm. I can have a
Step
vault if
5?
I want.
Civ
Civ
5.
five?
Survive,
In this
Civ
channel?
5? Big Civ 5 huge Civ 5 game?
It has begun. .jpg.
Ooh.
I think I have a fever.
Oh, rip.
Oh, hell.
Let's see.
I hope you fucking die, Dollaz.
Cowbill?
What the hell?
Dollaz, new meme video.
Super Saiyan 3, guys, here we go.
Video.
Oh lord.
They're gonna clean up the Box News Discord afterwards. Oh, wait, he's not in this channel. He's down in the special
Fucking
one.
hate Worm Wizard, Jesus.
Fuck War Wizard.
Fuck
Hashtag
you.
Journalism without borders. TV, I'm gonna come smack your ass up in real life. I don't think I can.
Now that we have
Ooh.
Box News, we need BNN.
Big boy.
BNN.
BNN.
Started.
Let's start BNN.
BNN, wow.
Who wants to start the CL left, the Cantina Liberation Front?
Who wants to start an IRL
Do
fight
you wanna
club?
join?
I think FPP
Where
is
the
that
IRL
already.
Fight Club gonna be based?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
That ain't that far.
Hey, Saren, did you ever pay attention to the chat during the debate?
Oh yeah, I did. I tried to
Yeah,
like.
we had like, yeah, I'd glance over it and I'd see like the different supporters, and you could
The
see
chat
Dooku,
was
he's
great.
Like, he's like a cheerleader.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
kept saying fuck dollars, fuck dollars. Saren won. It was
Fuck
hilarious.
dollars.
Dollars.
We have some really
Why
funny
do you
audio of
hate
like people
me?
talking about Dooku.
Really? Oh yeah,
Yo,
we did have
dollars.
like.
Why didn't anybody put in a plug for freeing Sea-Wage? Goddamn all of you, this was a waste.
I think
I
we
did.
did release
I
that
did.
audio already of like. Wait, no, I don't think we released that audio of like people saying like, Dooku sucks. Saren's
We
dick.
just don't care anymore. It's like whatever. We're not WeP. Not our problem.
Dollars, did you like my sign before it got stolen from me?
Yeah.
It's like
well,
go ahead, try to break through and vault, dude.
I just want to point out that TV gave me a bomb.
It was a clock. It's not a
No,
bomb.
it was a bomb.
Come on now.
You fucking
I don't
terrorist.
do terrorism.
I think that just reinforces my analogy about the mailbox bomb.
Yeah, oh my! I fucking knew you would like. I just heard like the way you like formed the sentence that you were gonna go to that story.
It's a good
Dollars?
analogy.
Did
Yeah.
you bring like an inventory of TNT to Grief Aquila with you?
No.
Whoa! What the fuck?
Confirmed.
That was me, parasitic. I'm just logged out with it right now.
Just plant all of it, and then before someone kills you or sets it off, it was just a meme, guys.
It kills like 20 people.
He makes the first atomic bomb and just sets it off, and he's like, oh.
You know,
That's
I'm gonna do that.
right.
Santa, we're not gonna have any more gunpowder when I'm done.
Hey boys,
What the
8 more
fuck? I
days
hate you,
on
Parasite.
Creed. Mark it on your calendar.
Oh, and another one of the people that was against me in the chat was Laser Smoke, who leaked our Discord. So it's like everyone that was against me was like biased as fuck or had something personally against me. Like Dooku, I kicked from Weepy. Laser Smoke, he leaked Weepy.
Hey, you kicked
Young
Dooku,
Snow, he's
alright?
just-
You kicked Dooku. There you go.
That's what I said.
That's what he said.
Like,
what he fucking
like laser. Fuck
what he
you.
said.
All right, here we go.
That's what he said.
That PP right now.
BTF4.
I'm
I
losing
think you
brain
both had
cells.
pretty good you both had pretty good points, and I argued against some of your points for each of you. Some were good, some were bad.
It's clear who won that debate.
No,
just
me,
saying.
I won.
Guys.
Yeah, it was
What we
fair.
need to
Greggy
hear that
agreed.
crap.
Greggy won.
Guys.
Greggy.
New meme video.
New me video. It's coming out.
No, what we need
Wait,
is
is
no rules.
Indog?
We need total anarchy. That's all we need.
Who is this talking? He sounds like he's talking with his nose plugged up.
I am.
Sounds like GT.
Oh my god, PB.
Dollars, go kill yourself.
Oh no.
Kill yourself,
I love how
dollars.
pride isn't
That
even
sounded like
here
a
anymore.
very bad Squidward impression or something.
No, is that Pride? Did Pride join back?
No, he's not here.
Oh,
Why
Lord
is
have
there?
mercy.
Why is there so many people in Cantina?
I don't know.
Is there like some?
They're there to help you clean up the grief.
Kill him.
We're having a new debate in Canteen. Everybody, come. There's no bombs planted.
Wait,
Trust
who's
me.
debating? Wait, who's debating?
Me and you.
Oh shit. That's ooh.
Oh shit. You not ready? I told you last week.
Is it the winner gets ownership of Cantina?
No.
The winner gets to clean up the grief.
Yeah.
Oh,
You said it very good.
yeah, I'm gonna have to pass on that one.
Hmm. Or you could just.
Considering
pick
Z-Rain's already cleaning it.
Of course.
I'm fucking in a bastion. I 1K from Cantina. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, man, maybe if you
Oh
just
well, I'm dead.
weren't hurled. Fucking retard.
I still don't get what you got in Pearl for me. Like,
Because
come
I
on.
played. You just got yourself banned, you stupid idiot.
Fuck you. Fucking bitch.
You're just mad.
Yeah, and you raided my bunker.
Hey, raid your bunker. You said, hey, I'm quitting. Have whatever you want. And then I take the stuff that I need. You ask for it back. I gave it back too.